group work. For a lot of people, those two words create the sense of dread, especially if teachers did the picking. It creates a scenario right out of the Anakin and Padme meme.
So, it looks like we'll be working together. So that means you will be doing your share of the work. Right?
The moment you've had the displeasure of dealing with situations like that, it feels justified to groan and be peeved about the idea of jolly cooperation with someone else. Combined with where the world is at right now, it creates the sense that it's not in our genes to be cooperative or to work with one another. It creates this idea that there is always going to be that one idiot who screws everything up and makes everything worse. That trying to be cooperative and helpful during these dark times is just a waste of our time. Seeing all this violence and hatred on top of our experiences of working together can seem logical in that situation.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
But I'm making this video for the sheer fact that that is all a lie. Yes, these feelings are absolutely validated and well-founded. But I'm here to argue that those reasons, along with the others I'll be discussing, are reasons to be more cooperative during these times rather than be isolationists. Before we dive into that, I would really appreciate it if you left a like on this video and also to subscribe to my channel for more content. I promise that I will be working hard on this passion project of mine and uploading a little bit more frequently for the foreseeable future. So hopefully I can keep that going, and I would again really appreciate that support from that. And also, it would be great if you could check out my Patreon page as well. I would appreciate a follow there as well, where I will be routinely publishing when my articles are live, as well as the videos like these. So what exactly are those reasons that I am talking about? Well, let's get into them. The first is that when we cooperate, even outside of these times, the positive impact of people's actions outweigh the cost and opposition.
A true, selfless act always sparks another.
For example, while we groan and complain about taxes and the government branch that's responsible for collecting them in the first place, our collaborative tolerance to work with the system tends to result in just better communities and better quality of life. After all, government is responsible for creating various social programs which taxpayers collaborate in by paying to those through taxes. And someone dismantling those programs for no real reason is akin to that one person in the group not doing their fair share of the work. People are going to be pissed at them, and rightly so.
The king is a jerk.
But even beyond our tax systems, we instinctively recognize how being part of a community and connecting with people and working with others tends to improve things if the group is focused on positive change. If we're trying to beautify the city with more trees and bike lanes, a group has a better chance of creating that change in the first place. Not only that, but the act can create a ripple effect. The inclusion of more greenery and bike lanes could lead to more cities encouraging that mode of transportation in addition to public transit. It can result in improving old systems that have been neglected, as public perception changes to bikes or taking the bus is just better than driving a big old truck. Civil and labor movements also work in a very similar manner, while empowering these groups leads to more gender equality despite the pushback that we're seeing.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
People's perception of social justice and equal rights changes slowly when you see how helpful improving those things actually becomes. Secondly, despite where the world is at right now, it's actually pretty popular to be making a platform around this, around collaborating and being supportive and cooperative with other people. Looking to the US, we're seeing a left-wing Tea Party of sorts where people are fighting to overthrow the current Democratic leadership. You have Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez bringing in massive crowds to the Sanders Fight Oligarchy tour that they were doing. And then there was the No Kings protest that happened this past weekend, which gathered 2% of the US population to protest across the US. This was the largest protest in American history to date. As it turns out, cooperating on dismantling the entire government and taking away programs isn't all that popular, and fighting those actions and those responsible for those actions is. If you create a community around a particular ideology, goal, or values, people will start to join in, and as they clearly see the value in that and want to help. Cooperation is never really out of style, but depending on what's going on in the world, certain viewpoints and ideas vary in popularity. A good example is the progressive movement that we're seeing in America. Bernie Sanders never brought in the big crowds that we're seeing now when he was running in 2016. He is now because his ideas and principles are more in vogue right now. Even if he has been repeating the same message and holding on to those same values since the very beginning.
Stuke's been on the ship the whole time!
Even outside of that, there are always new movements and positive causes to fight for. Not to mention, change on a much grander scale takes a lot of time. The third is that it improves our feelings of self-worth. Whether you're part of a healthy community or more of a cult-like one, each group has a way of influencing you and making you think a very specific way. For hate groups, your entire identity slowly becomes hating whatever that group hates. And we're seeing a lot of that hatred right now. And overall, it emboldens individuals to do more hateful and harmful things to the world and to communities. But at the same time, healthy communities can create the positive side of those very same things. Better yet, cooperating and being part of big groups tends to lead to more growth in our lives and improvements. Specifically, it makes you into a better learner. It helps you to gain emotional maturity and a stronger personal identity than you're the person that hates this particular thing. Being cooperative with others allows your thinking to be more flexible, and you all around have a better sense of confidence and self-worth of yourself. You're more independent, and because your identity doesn't hinge on this one specific thing that you just hate for no apparent reason or for no real reason. And for my final reason, that also culminates into just improving your overall well-being. While hate groups and cults harness those exact same kind of vibes as positive communities, the reason these groups ultimately fail is because only a small group actually reaps some of the benefits that comes from harnessing hatred. You see a lot of this in the self-help world, where a lot of gurus tend to be personally enriching themselves and being much better off in life than the vast majority of people that follow and listen to their words. When you have healthy communities, you instead have these individuals that are looking out for one another. You have mutual aid, and you have everyone just trying to lift each other up at the same time and make sure that no one is lagging behind. Ultimately, this culminates in safe spaces for people to be themselves and to express themselves and to grow and change and improve their overall life. Cooperation ultimately requires us to be vulnerable and open and trusting other people. And in these times, it's very difficult. I'm fully aware of that, and obviously people are going to be exploiting those systems. If you offer a generous hand, someone might take your entire arm. But even with that being a possibility, aiming to collaborate and work with other people and being part of a positive and healthy community is still worth taking that risk.
A true, selfless act always sparks another.
Because the benefits far outweigh that cost and the risk of getting burned. Even if you're burned or betrayed by a group or individual, there are still lessons to take from that. And that can allow you to foster a better community or look for better people to be working with in the first place. And with billions of possibilities, I have no doubt that we're likely to find people that we're going to be able to get along with and can work together with rather than abandon. And that's all I have to say on the subject. Thank you guys so much for watching the entirety of this video. Don't forget to leave a like on this video and also to subscribe to my channel for more content like this in the future.